Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, May the 10th, 2022, and I'm here to start FlossTube number 93. Welcome, everyone. My name is Shelly, and this is Proverbs 31:22. My channel where I share about my stitching life. So, I'm filming in a new place today. And I said at the end of my last video, I'm in the middle of redoing my craft room, so things are going to be a little chaotic. And I had Quilt Guild this morning, and I usually I use my iPad extensively there, and so my battery was dying. So I'm filming in here, which is sort of my little TV stitching room. I'm filming in here so I can have my iPad plugged in. Because I've got some other things to do, and I need to get the filming done so that I can go on to the other things I need to get accomplished. So, yes, I went to Quilt Guild this morning, and I usually don't stay to sew or stitch after, but today I did. We went out to eat first, so that was a nice little outing, and then we went back and several ladies sewed, and I brought some stitching to do. So I did stitch a little bit on my Black Work Beauties. So I'm going to include a video here that was actually recorded yesterday of the room and one thing that I got done yesterday. Okay, so these little bins came in today. Today's Monday, May the 9th. And so I got all of my ribbons all nice and organized. So, yeah. I did move out my sewing machine from my main craft room, moved it into the living room, and that's as far as I've gotten. So, like today, my husband is going to rearrange some things in the garage so that, like when I unloaded the craft room office, which is the room we're currently working on and we're winding down on, I had to leave room for him to get his mower out. And so, now we've got to empty the main room, which is going to be a lot more stuff. So he's going to rearrange things so that he can put his mower toward the garage door. And then that way we don't have to worry about him being able to get around it. So he's going to take care of that tonight. And then hopefully tomorrow I can get Nathan to come over and help me start unpacking that room. I don't know if I'm ready. But anyway, I guess I have to be, right? So I did want to shout out a few people. I had made a little, request on last video, letting you know that I'm very close to being 500 subscribers. And so I want to thank Denise over at Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. She shared my channel in her group over on Facebook. If you're not watching Denise, definitely go check her out. She hasn't been filming a whole lot lately because she had the loss of her husband, and so but she's recently started filming again, so you definitely want to go check her out. I love visiting with her whenever she makes videos. And then the second person is Rachel at Rachel Q Stitches. I watched just part of her video earlier when I got home and was having a little snack. And thank you so much, Rachel. She's got a birthday coming up at the end of this month, and she's trying to get her channel to 600 subscribers. So I will definitely encourage you to go over to Rachel's channel and subscribe to her and help her reach her goal. I love watching her. Not only does it give me a little taste of South Louisiana home, but she's very, she has a lot of thrifty ideas, and I love seeing that. I love seeing her stitching. She's doing Pandemic right now. as part of her whip go for this month, and every time she shows it, I'm just like, you know, drop dead gorgeous. She's using all kind of different colors, and it's just beautiful. So go check her out. And then she also made her plea on her channel, you know, to try to get me to 500 subscribers by her birthday as well. So I appreciate that, Rachel, and thank you for everything you said. And I feel the same way about you. So I appreciate it so much. So, has anybody been watching the NBA playoffs? I watched the Bucks and the Celtics last night, and the Celtics won. So, they lost the game before last, so I was getting kind of worried, but man, they really played well last night. They didn't start off well, but they ended well and they won. So I'm excited about that. Um, what else? Can't think of anything right now. So let's just get into the stitching. Um, I've got so much stuff all around me. It's really kind of crazy. So on last video, I showed you the floss pack that I got from Fat Quarter Shop, and it was still in the bag. So last night I broke it out of the bag and cataloged it in my X Stitch app. And these colors are just really pretty. So I've got them out of the bag, and I just want to show you guys because they are really, really, some really pretty colors. So, like I said, I think it's more, I would say this is more green, but you know, they do have like the cadet and Kentucky bluegrass that maybe look a little bit more blue. The cypress, I mean, it has blue in it, but I would have called it peacock green. But anyway, they're just really, really pretty colors. So, that's cadet. This is seafoam. This is cypress. This is teal frost. This is Kentucky bluegrass. And that one that just fell is holly. So I don't know if they have openings, but if they don't and you like those colors, you can just go order the colors. But the club is really a neat way to build your stash. So so I haven't stitched any more on the vintage pansies. I watched my video, the last video back yesterday, and it was like, my memory is just like gone. So I had said at the beginning of the video that I was going to stitch on it every Sunday this month. And then by the end of the video, I was telling you that I was going to stitch on it, you know, yesterday and today and all that stuff. So I decided to go ahead and I'm going to stitch on it on Sundays. So I haven't stitched any more on that. I did stitch a little bit more on my daily age piece. And this is a challenge where however many years you are, you put that many stitches in your piece, and you just pick whatever piece you want to work on. So I've chose this one. After I finished with my first one, I've chose this one because I'm really close to a finish. So this is from Shane and Christine Craft Room. And so I put 56 stitches in it yesterday. And just got more of the gingham done. So this is a 14 count black Ada. I'm using the call for DMCs, except I changed the gingham and the sewing machine to my favorite color, purple. I did get a little bit done on my my mental health care SAL that I'm doing, following along with Candy, the 614 Stitcher, for her hashtag mental health care SAL. Every May, starting last year, she started doing this instead of participating in Mania. And I thought it was a really good idea. So this week, let me include a picture here of the pattern. This is a magazine pattern. This week was just real simple. I just needed to do the hearts. And it was really good because I kind of got, I don't know, I wouldn't have been able to get anything more than this done, really, because I wanted to start stitching on Elizabeth Weston. So this piece of fabric was just in my stash without a label. I think it's probably a 32 count witch-out. I don't think it's 28. And I'm just using the called for DMC flosses. And I will work on that every Monday this month. And I will get a finish on it this month. So let me show you Elizabeth. So I'm working on Elizabeth Weston from Hands Across the Sea. As you can tell by the quilt on the wall behind me, which is one of the very first quilts I ever made, even though it's not really a quilt, it's a flimsy, it's just the top. But I like the combination of pink and green. And so when I saw Devin over at Hoops and Needles here on FlossTube working on this, I knew I had to get it and start stitching it. So I am currently working right in this area right here. And I haven't counted how much I stitched last night on it, but I did divide the chart up, and I was able to get done what I had wanted to get done yesterday. So sometimes I kind of run out of steam, and sorry I keep bumping you. Sometimes I run out of steam before I get that part done. But I think since I just have those little hearts to do on the mental health care piece, it was easy to get that part done. That was my goal. So, and I'm just going to be coming down on the border this way, and then I'll start going across this way. I don't remember if I said I'm trying to get a page finished every month on this. This pattern is 30 pages long. I don't really know how many pages I've gotten done because I'm doing it, you know, across, down, across. It's not going in page order. So, but anyway, I've been keeping mostly on track with doing that. And Devin did dye this fabric for me. It's a 36 count linen. And she dyed it to be like hers because I thought hers looked like it was made for this fabric. I mean, for this pattern. So I'm stitching with the DMCs, one strand over 2 threads. There is some over one in the letters, and there'll be some more over one to come. And she's a monster, so I might have to take a picture of her when I'm done with her this week, so you can see the whole thing toward the end of the week. I'll just have to insert the picture. So today at Quilt Guild, I did bring my Black Work Beauties, which I'll insert a picture of here. And I got him almost done. So I was running out of battery on my iPad, like I said, and then right in here, I changed this floss color and I didn't have it written down. So I need to figure out that that change before I can do that part, and then I'll just need to backstitch the bird and do its eyes. So I got a good bit done. All I had on him before was just the little stomach area right here. And so I got, you know, all the head and then all of his body except for that one little part, body and tail. So these are black work patterns, and these are on a 28 count Monaco with DMC's 2 strands. So that's sort of why I brought that, because I don't really need to have a magnifier if there's enough light. So that's why I brought that pattern. I think that's it. That's all I've got. So I'm going to go work in my room for a little while, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, it's Wednesday, May 11th, and I'm here to do a little update on the room. So yesterday when I got home, I spent some time stenciling. Um, I did this one first with lighter chalk paint, and I liked it okay, but I don't know, I just wanted to try the darker one, so I did over here. I mean, I don't know why this really matters because it's all going to be covered up with stuff anyway, but I like doing these kind of projects. So I did decide to, um, instead of doing all of my floss on this wall, which would have meant I would have to get up on a step stool to get floss down, and that's not happening. I'm just going to do, spread it out over both boards where I can reach. So today I will spend some time putting all of my floss on these dowel rods, and then I'll just put less frequently used items at the top. I did get these things put in the little cups. I didn't realize this was going to look so much like a mausoleum. Um, but I definitely like having them up and out of the way and, yeah, gathered together in these little cups. So, otherwise, I didn't really do a whole lot in here yesterday. I got kind of sidetracked getting the stenciling done and getting everything kind of set up with the hooks and stuff. So I didn't get anything moved out of the main room yesterday. My husband did not do what he was supposed to do in the garage last night, and I'll explain more about that one on camera later today. Why he didn't, but there's things that I can still do as far as like I can clean all of this off so that, you know, this would be like the first thing. We take this whole thing out so that we can put it up in the garage, set it up in the garage, and then we can put stuff on top of it. So, let me just talk about this for a minute. So, and you know, I feel like I'm constantly like moving one thing so I can get around it and then having to move it out of the way to get around that way. But I have these small little, basically 2 cube wide instead of 3 cube wide shelves. I think that I'm going to, instead of using those right here, I'm going to replace these big ones on the end with these, and I'm going to have my husband cut down this board. I need to change the fabric anyway. You can see from the corners it's, you know, it's been on here since 2013. So it's definitely time for a change. Let me turn the light on. So, so I'm going to do that as one change in the footprint. I also am thinking about, I have some tall, like actual wooden bookcases in my living room that I'm thinking about putting my fabric on that, one of those instead, and putting that right here, that so that it can go flat against the wall instead of sticking out like these are. I do want to take that shelf and move it to my office, I believe. This room had like things stuck to the wall. So when we pulled things off, the sheetrock got messed up, but that's all going to get fixed. So what else? I'm thinking about moving my sewing table down to where it butts up against this cabinet. This is my cutting surface. I'm thinking about moving that down. I don't really, like I want it in front of the window so that I could look out and see the birds. I do that sometimes, and I can still do that even if the machine's not right in front. But I find when I'm at my machine and trying to watch TV, there's a lot of glare, or even not watching TV, there's a lot of glare with that window. So I think if I move it over down here, and I'm hoping that works, I don't know, it might not. But if I move that down here, that might cut down on some of that. Um, and then hopefully, if I have enough room on this wall, if I move that down, and then my stitching chair that's back there in that corner, I would move that over here by the window. So I'm hoping that all works. I'm gonna have to see, have to see how it works. But I think that's it for right now with the room. I'll probably do a little snippet later when I get all of my floss hung, or I might not. I might just wait until I do something else in there and then show it all at once. I think my printer stand's supposed to be in today, so hopefully we can get that tucked in back there, and then we can affix that shelf to the wall. So I'm starting to dismantle the ironing table, and that's one step closer to getting this room emptied. Oh man, it's a job. But I'll come back and show y'all after I'm done. Well, I did get a lot of stuff done, but I did run out of gas. So I've still got books that I need to put on the shelves that went right here. They're out in the garage. And I just didn't have it in me to do any more loads of books. So I did take some measurements, and I will be able to cut down a good bit on the footprint of this ironing table. I was concerned that the changes that I wanted to make, I would have to cut down my cutting table, like the length of it. But I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be able to move this down where it's up against this, and then I can put my stitching chair over there in the corner. If I do have to cut this down, it's not the end of the world, but I really like, a little bit extra room when I'm cutting lengths of fabric. What else? I probably will, over here in this corner is where my stitching chair is now. I'll probably do one of these big cubes and put my my books in that corner over there. So that's it. Okay guys, so I did do a little bit more in here. You can see I got all of my floss on the dowel rods. I actually have one dowel rod left, so of course I do have a lot of floss in projects, so eventually that'll get filled up, I guess. So I don't have much stitching to show, but I did want to let you guys know the reason that my husband didn't do what he had planned to do last night in the garage is that we've had another death in our family. So I shared with you guys about 3 weeks ago that Michael's dad's brother had passed away. Him and his wife were married for 67 years. And so I kind of wondered if this would happen, but they found her dead yesterday. So, she's Michael's aunt by marriage. I call her Aunt Jen, but she's actually my cousin. My dad's dad and I think maybe her grandpa were brother. I don't know exactly how it goes, but I've known her since I was little, going to church with my grandma Muir in Morgan City, Louisiana at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Um, I would go with her every week, and, you know, I stayed with her in the sanctuary unless Aunt Jen was doing Sunday school or children's church, and then I would go to class. She had a big impact on me when I was little. And of course, then I married, got related to her again, getting married, into the Michelle family, and she was married into the Michelle family. And so I saw her, a lot when we lived in Louisiana. We would go, on Sundays and visit at his grandmother's and then make the rounds, or they would make the rounds and come visit at her house. And while we were there, so I guess she just said, I don't want to live without Leroy. So I just, am brokenhearted for her kids and her grandkids. I don't know. We don't have any details as far as what happened, but, we found that out yesterday, and, we just both burst in tears. So he didn't, he wasn't feeling up to doing anything, which I don't blame him. I wasn't either. I did stitch a little while though, only on Elizabeth. So I got a good bit done. So I got, a good bit done on this this tree in the branch, a little bit more done on the bird. And so it is coming along. I'm off somewhere in the midst of all of that, but it's not, it's going to be okay. One thing I like about this pattern is that, it's pretty easy to fudge stuff. So let me see if I can figure out. I think there's part of this in this page. Let me look at it real quick. And then I also wanted to look at it and tell you, okay, so it actually goes pretty far down. So it actually goes and does part of this motif. And then, so from this edge till about right here, and then down, like, from right here to about right here, going up right here. Sorry. And then I looked at last night where the middle is, and the middle is, let's see, the middle is about right in here. So I am right at, the midpoint. So once I get all the way across right here, then I'll have it, more than half done. So that is exciting. That's it. That's all I've got for you guys. I'm going to let you go and start cooking supper and things like that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I remembered just now that I forgot to mention, I just found out that our younger daughter, Lakin, she had gone to the ENT and had a CT last week, and she followed up today. And she is going to have, she is going to need a, it's a balloon sonoplasty that they do there in their office. It's a 2-week recovery time, so she's going to wait until we get back from the beach to set that up. She had suffered with nosebleeds in the past, and eventually had her, the vessels in her nose cauterized. And so that is like an increased risk for this procedure with bleeding. And so, yeah, if you think about it, just remember Lakin. I'll let you know. I'll try to remember to let you guys know when it gets, when it's scheduled and it gets closer to time. But she has had so many sinus infections over the last, well, since I was working at urgent care. Like, she came over there, I don't know how many times, and we referred her to, ENT after ENT, and she just keeps having them. So I think they're going to do allergy testing on her, and then this procedure as well. Another thing that I kind of forgot on last video, Jenny, the long dog stitcher, had asked me on the last video what my thoughts were on the two fugitives who have now been, well, they were captured, but, the lady committed suicide, evidently, when they got stopped. So, anyway, that whole big old thing with, this sheriff's deputy, breaking out this murderer, that happened in my community. So, he's actually accused of, he was here to do for trial for a murder that he actually committed here in Rogersville, which is, I remember when that happened in 2015, it really rocked our town because, I've said this before, we're like, on the verge of being like Mayberry, we're just a little small community. And so when that happened, it was just sort of like, whoa. But yeah, I'm glad that they caught him. I'm glad I don't know if I'm glad they brought him back to Alabama because, of course, somebody said that, he didn't really escape. He was basically let out. She just let him out. So, and, with her committing suicide, I don't think we'll ever know what her motivation was. If it was truly just that she loved him, or if he threatened her in some kind of way, threatened her family. But I don't know if the news is reported on this, but it's my understanding that, like, Casey White was her ex-husband who died after they divorced. It was like his half-brother. And so they did have a history, but it was just bizarre. Like, I got the alert, like not like an Amber Alert, but sort of the same thing, saying that, she had been abducted. And then, I didn't really hear anything. I don't really watch the news a whole lot. I'll see things on Facebook, and that's usually how I find out about it. There's too much freaking sadness in the world already. And so I can't deal with it. And so I try not to even watch the news. But, the next I heard was that, she had broken him out. And I was like, what? So just crazy that happened in this, Rogersville is small. Florence, of course, is larger, but it's still, we're still a small, community. The whole Shoals area is what it's called. But, yeah. I mean, people all over the world were following this story, and it's like, kind of embarrassing that they didn't realize what she was about, and I don't know. So anyway, those are two things that I forgot to say earlier. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, May the 12th, and just a really quick update today. So the little metal drawer cart that I got from IKEA for my printer came in last night. We put it up, brought it in here, and my printer doesn't fit on it. So I was pretty disgusted, but it is what it is. So I'm going to have to sort of rearrange some things. I had that little stand tray thing over here on my desk in the corner, and so I decided to put it over here to get it off my desk. So now I gotta rearrange some things, and then I'm going to go ahead and do what I originally thought I was gonna do. I started last night. I'm just gonna clear out a spot right there and put my printer right there. So it's just gonna need some tweaking type things over the next day or so. I'm really tired today. And I was hurting last night. So I did stitch on Elizabeth. And that's what I got done. So did more on the tree. Did the big tail on the bird. And yeah, I still got a ways to go though. So I'll probably be working on this through Saturday. And hopefully I can get that page finished. I think I'm just gonna, I don't know. They take a while, let's just put it that way. I stitch really slow, so, but I'm loving how she's looking, and that's it. So I've got a massage appointment this afternoon. Found out yesterday that my favorite massage therapist has left the spa that I'm a member of. And this happens over and over and over again. So I think at the end of June, when my membership expires at this spa, I'm going to change to somewhere else. One of the girls that I used to use at Serenity, she moved to Blue Water years ago, and she's still there. So I think I'm going to switch over to Blue Water. It's closer to my house, and hopefully their staff turnover is not so frequent. But anyway, I've got that to look forward to, and I have a feeling I'm going to go to sleep on the table. So I'll see you guys either later today or tomorrow. Bye. Hello, everybody. It's Friday the 13th. And I had trouble getting motivated this morning, but I finally got a little motivation, and I figured that while I was packing things up and could easily move my sewing table around, I'd kind of play around with my footprint a little bit. So, I originally, said I was going to put my sewing table on the wall over there. And that would work. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to put it where I have the chandelier light kind of overhead. And also, it's easier to drop down that leaf if I need to drop down that leaf. So I think I'm going to have to cut down my ironing table a little bit, take off one of the end bookcases, and I'm going to kind of put it catacornered coming out from that corner. And so that'll leave me one skinny bookcase that I can kind of tilt on its side and put over there. I do have a window seat box that my husband built me, but it is too long to fit there. Now, maybe I can convince him to cut it down, but I'm not pushing my luck. So, that hole in the wall there has been there since we moved in. I don't know what they did, but probably hit it with a bed frame or something. But anyway, so yeah, I think this is gonna work. It kind of, I don't know, it just, you just need something different. And like I said, I wanted the light overhead of my machine. I kind of like the catacorner kind of look, and I don't know, we'll see. But I'm about to go sit over there in my chair with some stitching because I want to test out where my lamp is. And I mean, that I'm gonna film when I get over there and show you how nice it's gonna be. So this is the view from my stitching chair. So the only issue is that I had a lot of stuff kind of tucked behind the sewing cabinet. you know, like underneath here was against the wall, and so you couldn't see it, but I'm sure I can get, you know, some kind of containers or something to make it look pretty, or even like make a little skirt for it so it's hidden. But I mean, the light right here during the day is going to be fantastic. And I'm able to turn my TV around. This is a lot closer to the TV than I was when I was over in the back corner, away from the window. But then here's the window looking out onto my bird feeder. So, yeah, I'm gonna get my lamp situated, stitch a little bit on Elizabeth while I got some good light, and I'm also gonna try stitching on that black Shannon Christine piece. So I'll let you know how it goes, and I'll be back in a little bit to film my office and my desk area, and let you know what I did in there yesterday. There's a mama cardinal on the ground at the feeder. So pretty. So I worked on Elizabeth for a little while, and I do definitely like this spot. There's even, you know, chairs close enough to the windowsill to use it as a little ledge to put this on and be able to look at a pattern or look at a thread chart or my planning sheet, whatever. So, oh, sorry about that. So yeah, definitely like this spot. So I've had this little cart for a while and had a variety of different things in it. I'm trying to think of most recently what I had in it. I'm drawing a blank. It's just like ridiculous. But anyway, I was tossing around the idea of like putting my paint in it. And then I figured that I would put my diamond painting stuff in it. So I've got that light box, all of my placers, styluses, I don't know what they're called, boats, tags, release papers, this little thing right here is like a little easel that you can put on the light box on, but I usually just put it on this cart right here, which will it like releases, and then you can put it at an angle, which is perfect. So right here is going to be my current project that I'm working on, the bulldog. And then down here is extra boxes and new kits. So I was kind of wondering like what I was gonna do with, you know, this to keep it flat. I'm not gonna be able to do this with one hand, but what I thought is that I would clip it onto the edge of here with one of these little clips, and that'll kind of keep it where it's not, doesn't have to be folded. I could even like clip them on a pants hanger, and then put the hanger onto the side. So if I ever run into a situation where I have a lot going at once, I probably would do that. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Yay, the room is empty, the carpet's gone, got all the holes spackled. Michael is taking all of the little strips out, and then I'm about to start sanding the holes and wiping the walls down. So Kim came and helped this morning, and we talked about this little wall that goes up to the tray ceiling, and we decided that we're gonna paint it white. so that it just sort of disappears. Because I feel like it just sort of breaks it up and makes it look, I don't know, I don't like it. So, and she agreed. And she's an interior design graduate, so I trust her judgment. And she's gonna come and do that for me, so I don't have to get up on so tall of a ladder. That's what we're up to. Okay guys, I said I would do a video of my desk area, which is pretty much finished. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint these, this and this little metal thing white or not. I feel like I need to, but I haven't fully decided. But anyway, so I picked up this little, I think it's an 18-month little desk calendar at Amazon for, I don't know, $5 or something like that. Just to kind of give a surface to write on and protect the desk a little bit. I still have to go through the stuff on that and organize it, but I did get all of my paper put in and got all of my drawers labeled with what type of paper's in them. The top drawer is my floss tag making stuff. That may not stay there. We'll see. So my husband did affix this to the wall just a little while ago, and we were able to add another shelf. So yeah, I may be able to take my tag stuff and put it on here instead. He also hung up my Mother's Day present. So it has pride of place on that wall, and then all surrounded by other artwork. I love it. So, let me get the camera turned around, or not turned around, but myself turned around, and then I'll show you what I did with my floss. So, real quick, let me show you what I did with my frames. I wasn't able to find room on the walls, on the pegboard or anything, so I just tucked them down in there. That's sort of where I had them before, but it's a little neater. And then in this plastic tote is all of my like seasonal little finishing doodads. Okay, so yesterday evening I spent all evening getting my DMCs divided according to the thread chart. There are a few of them that have multiple columns together. I didn't have enough rings, but I have some more coming tomorrow. So I'll divide those few bunches that have more than one column in it. But what I did is on my tags, I went ahead and did in pencil a little mark letting me know what column on the thread chart they're in. And then I hung my overdyed sort of below the coordinating colors. I still have to do all of my variegated DMCs, get those on cards and up there, but I can't even tell you how much I love this. I love it, love it, love it. I mean, that section right there is just like, makes me drool. So I hope this works out for me. I think it will. And I think it'll be a lot easier to make substitutions to charts when I need to. Alright guys, I'm here to close out this week's video. I hope you enjoyed the progress on the room. And this coming week, I will paint in the main room. I think Kim's going to come over and help me one day. Then, hopefully next weekend the floor will get laid. So, I started filming this and started talking about this piece of material that I dyed yesterday and realized that I dyed for the wrong combination of letters. So this is supposed to be for the EMABC SAL. And the letters this week are U and V, and for some reason I looked at V and W. So I'm going to save this to do W on, because W is a whale, and then I will just dye something else for the umbrella and the Valentine. So this is a formula that I found on Rit Dye site, and then I tweaked it a little bit. So I started off with aquamarine and lemon yellow to make Island Aqua. And so when I got done doing it, it was like very, very bright green. And that's not really what I wanted. And plus I really like a mottled look. And so I kind of wondered what would happen if I did, I think this is royal blue. So I did a little bit of royal blue, you know, squinched it up, and then did all over pour with the royal blue. And I really, really, really love the way it came out. So I'm going to save that for the whale pattern. I don't know what I'm going to do for the umbrella in Valentine. Probably, I don't know, maybe like a sky blue. I don't know. Anyway, when I finished doing this, the initial pour was the aqua and the lemon yellow. So I had a little bit of that left in the jar. And so I poured royal blue in that mixture, and then just did an all over pour on this, this little scrap piece that I had. I mean, I can stitch something skinny on it, but I just kind of wanted to play around with it. I really like the way this came out as well. I don't know, I just have really a lot of fun dyeing. So, yeah, that's what I did yesterday, part of yesterday. I didn't stitch it all yesterday. I thought about it, and then I had, I never wear gloves when I dye, and so when I dyed this piece, I had like ink that, not ink, dye that got on my fingers, and I was a little scared to pick up Elizabeth with dye on my fingers, so I decided to forego stitching last night and did my, my floss stuff instead. So I did work night before last a little bit more on my daily age piece. Got this part of the lettering complete, and you know, still working on the gingham 56 stitches at a time. And let me get Elizabeth out. So I still have more to do on the page that I'm on, but I got a good bit done. They just seem like they go on and on and on, though. Okay, let's see. Get her unfolded. And so I got more of the border done, more of the vine. So this is going on to, get a little bit further up. So this area right here is going on to the next page. I think it kind of goes till about right here on the page that I'm on. Or is this whole motif in it? I think it is in it. So it's probably going to be to the bottom of that motif. And so I just kept going when I had threads left. So that's what I got done. So I will work on her today. And I also work on my vintage pansies today. I'm itching to get back to that. Malachi's over today, this afternoon, to watch basketball. His team, the Milwaukee Bucks, are up against my team, Boston Celtics, in the final game of the series, and so he came over to watch it with us. Nathan's going with his girlfriend to see a movie this afternoon, so this coming week, I didn't bring my calendar to really see. but I can tell you pretty much what I'll be doing. So tomorrow I'll stitch on my mental health care sow, and then I'll do any finish up on Elizabeth if I have any, and then the following 3 days I will stitch on the letter U for the Erica Michaels sampler book, and that's all that I really have planned for now. I may stitch some more of my Black Work Beauties piece. We'll see. So anyway, like I said, I'm closing out this video. I'm going to get it uploaded, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks.